Hello and welcome into episode number 2 of Dirty Water. I'm your host, Hogdale. I'm joined today, as always, by my lovable compatriot, Mutt. Brother, how you doing?
I'm good. I'll introduce Cutter because I got to tell people a story about the pre-show we just had.
So shit. Good to know. And I'm also joined by one of the funniest men in the history of Twitter.com, the Grim Reaper that every Yankee player and organization sees when they close their eyes for too long. KutterIsKing.
What's going on, boys?
You sound good. Upgrade the mic, Cutter. Let's go.
Yeah, new mic. People were complaining. They were
the people
they,
were complaining.
They were like, I don't mind no face cam, but hopefully he get a better mic. So here you go.
And then you responded and you were like, I'll kill you with a gun. And I'm like, whoa, I mean, it's a bit over the top. Yeah, that's one of my favorite replies. Like a mild English, it's like, I'll kill you with a gun. How about that?
The pre-show, I should let you. This is how out of touch I am. Like, and how I'm a washed up old man. You guys mentioned two people that I'd never heard of before in my entire life: Jack Doherty and FaZe Banks. And I kept this. I'm just doing this. I'm watching the YouTube version, just nodding my head, like, yeah, I definitely know these people are. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, were they on the Cosby Show back in the day? Like what? Yeah. I'm just washed. You guys make me feel washed.
No, it's the difference. There's a difference between being washed and being like a person like who goes outside and like has a family. Because yeah, I can't claim to be either of those. Sadly, I will say, brethren, little anecdote of some shit that happened before the show started. I was going over to my grandma's place to feed her dog. Because, she's out of town. She went to go gamble. She's likes gambling.
Oh, let's go. Where did Grandma go gamble? Hog, where'd she go?
I think Branson.
Vegas? Oh, okay, Branson. Okay.
She loves Branson. She's a big Branson person. I think that recently legalized lots of gambling stuff there.
What does she play? When Grandma goes to gamble, what is she playing, Hog?
Slots. She's big. Slots.
Just feed the slot machine. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, she's a slot demon. Absolute demon in the slot machine. But I went over there because, feed your dog. She has the wet dog food. I went to, open it up. And the little thing that peels the can off just broke off. So I'm like, well, fuck me. I couldn't find her can opener. I'm like, well, I'll just use a knife to open it. That's people used to do that back in the day. Yeah, I went to go stab the fucking can, and I stabbed myself, just right in the webbing between my thumb and my finger, like a complete jackass.
And, you got a cut there, dude. You okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Nothing too serious. I can move my thumb around and shit, so I don't think I got any major artery or any tendons. But it was very inconvenient. And I got to say, nothing quite infuriates you. Like when you're bleeding and you're trying to find bandages, there were none. I had to find them in my house.
Grandma's got no bandages? Come on, Grandma.
No, and she was a nurse for 40 years. And there's no fucking bandages in the house. I'm like, Grandma, what's going on here?
That's when you got to get the paper towel and tape.
Yeah, there was no tape, but I was using paper towel and putting pressure. But luckily I had bandages back at my place. Dude, it was an absolute travesty, but I get home, I get everything all bandaged up, and we're cooking now. I'll be fine, hopefully. God willing. But
what if Core needs you for? What if you need to go an inning tomorrow? Can you get Alex Core an inning?
Yeah, it was my non-dominant hand, so I think we're good.
Okay, that's good.
It's part of the process. I'll be a little bit of pain when I'm receiving the ball, but the palm ball is still going to be living, still going to be alive.
Good.
Fun fact: it's the off season, so there's as you can imagine, there's a very wide range of amazing things happening at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my list again, hand-drawn list. Gotta love the hand-drawn list as always.
Yep.
And I think where to start, I think the most interesting place to start is, I think it was John Morosi today. I think you sent me the video, Mutt, where he's talking about how, the Red Sox, bringing back Bregman is a priority. Obviously, we knew that. Something that irritated me, though, and I'm sure it, chafed a lot of Red Sox fans, chafed their nipples, as you do. He said in the statement, basically, he's like, if the Red Sox don't get Bregman, in that situation, they'd be feverishly pursuing Pete Alonso. So it's either or. So you can only have one of Bregman or Pete. And I'm not going to, I had to stifle the brain aneurysm that killed me because I was very, very frustrated by that fact. Cutter, let's start with you, brother. How does it make you feel knowing that the Boston Red Sox are still, at their heart of hearts, deeply unserious?
I put the tweet out right away. I was like, I must have missed the news that Pete Alonso moved to third base, or the other way around. Maybe Bregman moved to first. I don't know. They have no correlation whatsoever. I don't understand.
It's like we're going in like I've emphasized before on this show and then just online in general, like there's a lockout coming. Like, you know, like this year, like this is the go for a year. And like it looks like you're not even willing to commit to like paying 2 guys. Like you're already going to be over the luxury tax. Even though you just bring back Bregman, you're already over the tax. And you have a lockout year. I sincerely doubt that, you know, the payroll rules carry over into a year where there's literally no fucking baseball or no anything. Like, Mutt, how do you feel about it, dude?
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Cut right to it. It's bullshit. This cut today, when it started getting sent around, is the beginning of my antenna goes up that you said on Sirius, and I would just say cheap. Like they have, again, let's back up for a second. They're the ones, boys, who said window of contention. They're the ones who said upgrades. They have the Breslow and Kennedy have laid this all out here. Okay, it's not idiots like me on a podcast in my basement screaming about this. The Red Sox employees have said this. They've set the standard. And now, a week and a half into this, we got Morosi saying, well, if they don't bring Bregman back, then they go out. It's supposed to be, Bregman is supposed to be almost a lock, and then one of Alonso or Schwarber, and then a number 2 pitcher. This, again, not me saying it. Craig Bledsoe in Vegas, Craig Breslow on that in-house Nesson podcast he does with Tom Caron, Craig Breslow on Mass Live. Everywhere, it has been Bregman plus. They've said, want to get better. If they just bring Bregman back, it's just staying in the lane. It's bullshit, Hog. Like, but I'm not surprised by it. You can't be. If you follow this team, you can't be surprised about lip service and interest, because this is what they do, and we're going to hold them accountable, because it's a garbage little floating out there by their media people to see what the fans would say. The fans should respond negatively to this.
I mean, absolutely, because like you're the Boston Red Sox. Like, what's the third most valuable team in baseball? We all know this. In terms of like actual profit, they're top 2 usually every single year.
You know how much they're worth? Hog, I looked it up today. $4.5 billion was their latest evaluation behind only the Dodgers and the Yankees. There's no excuse not to spend. None.
No, but they're just they're poor. If you consider that, they're poor. They spent a bunch of money on Florian Wirtz and Liverpool. Now they can't spend on the Sox kid.
I mean, dude, it's not. These are 2 30-plus-year-old players too. You don't have to give them each 10-year deals.
I mean, I think like Alonso like gets max 5, right?
Yeah.
I feel like 5 is like the absolute max of where his contract would fall. Genuinely.
Like I don't understand. It's not like Juan Soto and Kyle Tucker, and we're asking for both of them. I mean, one of the guys, you pretty much have to re-sign Bregman, and then a lot like I just don't understand. Like they seriously have no correlation. Like, how do you say we need a middle of the order bat, but you're going to get rid of a top of the order bat in the process of it?
Cutter, it makes no sense, and that's why it should frustrate you as a fan. Like, if you want to tell me it's Alonso or Schwarber, not both guys, I get that. It's probably silly to think they get both those guys. And you guys made a good case, both of you did last week, that Alonso with the right-handed bat makes more sense at Fenway Park. But like, that just one of Bregman or Alonso, that does not fly. That doesn't fly.
It makes literally 0 sense. Like, because if it's just Bregman and then a number 2 pitcher, you're only like incrementally better than last year's team, which, you know, wasn't near good enough. You lost in the wild card round. And like, yes, obviously Roman was hurt, but the best baseball teams, like one important player going down doesn't sink your season.
Yeah.
The Blue Jays made the World Series without Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette came back in the World Series to finally help them out. Up until that point, they had ran there completely without him. And it's one of the reasons we knew the Sox were flawed, is that when Roman went down, we all knew the team was cooked. You're not going to win the World Series without Roman Anthony. You don't have a chance in fucking hell of that happening. They were a corpse that was barely animated. It's fucking Weekend at Bernie's. Literally, it was that corpse being propped up by a couple role players.
And Cora said right away when he got hurt, he was like, "Oh, I told him just envision yourself in the ALCS coming back." Dude, everyone knew you weren't making the ALCS once he got hurt.
He basically should have just said, "Get your first class ticket to Cancun, brother. Get an early start, because you will not be healthy by the time."
They sent him down to Florida when the playoffs started.
Yeah, get ready to learn Floridanese, buddy. It's just frustrating. Like, and it comes back to I remember like Heim Bloom's era with the Red Sox. the way he ran the team, and it's not even his fault because at the end of the day, ownership didn't let him spend. I'm sure he would have spent if he was allowed to, but his ethos like poisoned the minds of a lot of like people who cover the team, a lot of people who just talk about the team, just fans day to day in general. It's like something like, oh yeah, it's Bregman or Alonso. It's like that is such the Heim Bloom mindset of like, how about both? How about you're the Boston fucking Red Sox? Can you please act like it? All we've been doing since 2018, post that time period, post Mookie trade, is like, can you guys please remember that you're the Boston Red Sox? Throwing money at something doesn't work. It does if you throw it at the right people, actually. Like, it's a time-tested true thing, especially for the Red Sox. If you throw money at the right people, you will win. 2013 is 2013 not that? Throwing money at the right veterans at the right time to manifest a World Series win? It pisses me off.
I mean, well, their logic is that they've thrown money at 35-year-old pitchers that are coming off Tommy John, and then that's their excuse to not spend money anymore.
Yeah, we got Patrick Sandoval, dude. Calm down.
Yep.
What,
and now Tanner Houck.
Patrick Sandoval not good for you? Good enough for you?
I think it came out after we did our show last week, guys, that Passan had that line about, if ownership, takes the basically lets Craig Breslow spend, like he's willing to do some things. I felt like that was maybe even Breslow talking to Passan, be like, hey, I would love to do it, but it's ownership telling me I can't do it. And if that was Breslow leaking it out there to put some pressure on ownership and John Henry to spend, then good for him, because right now he looks like the asshole. Like, correct, whether he knows it or not, he's the one that's been saying window, spend, upgrade. And then to hear this a week later, he's the one been saying it. So if he's leaking it now to big meaty guys like Passan that, hey, I want to spend, but I can't, good for him for doing it, because they should be spending money. There's no excuse. Though,
is like, if Craig really wants to, he can really hold John's feet to the fire here. Because what are you gonna? If Craig says, "Let me spend," or I'm quitting, or what are you doing? Like, are you gonna fire Craig Breslow? What's the plan there? With how much turnover the position has had in the last half decade, you couldn't get a single one of the qualified candidates to come here. They're like,
he was the 12th interview.
Yeah, like fucking Craig was literally like the fucking 50th guy down on the list of who you could bring in. Why? Because this ownership group is so trigger happy to fire people. And I have put out in the past that the idea of like Dave Dombrowski as a executive is one of the reasons why he is so amazing at what he does is because he's amazing at tricking owners into spending money or just convincing them to do it. Mm-hmm. Remember like when Dombrowski first got to Philly? Remember like what the headlines were when he got there? It was that they were going to shed payroll. These are real. You can go look these up. There were real articles like the Philadelphia Phillies are going to shed payroll. I'm like, well, that's not true.
That's not what he does.
Brought Dave Dombrowski into shed payroll? Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah. And now even like when it looks like it's past their window, they're still going to spend. They're still going to try to hang out. Like they'll probably have a higher payroll than the Red Sox.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why John Henry wants these young, unexperienced CBOs to come in, is because like he knows like they don't have either the clout or just the charisma to be able to con him into spending his own money. Because genuinely, it seems like he felt conned into giving out the David Price contract. It seems like that.
It's a fair point. I also thought, and you made this either online or here, that's why Breslow's comments have been so refreshing, because the guy says nothing. And so to come out and say, he actually sounded like Dombrowski. You guys were probably like 3 years old when Dombrowski was here because you're so young. But when Dombrowski got here, he said, we're getting a starter and we're getting a closer. And he got David Price and he got Craig Kimbrell. And Price didn't work out, but it was still spending the money at a position. And he backed up what he said he was going to do. Since then, guys have not done that, whether it has been Charrington, whether it has been Charrington was actually before Dombrowski, but Chaim Bloom, now Craig Breslow, like back up those words. And if ownership's not letting him back it up, I'm not sure if Breslow would quit, because he is Theo's boy too, and Theo's in the front office still, Hog. So he probably can have the guts to do that, but if he's going to leak out to guys that I want to spend, but I can't, that's good for him. Good for him.
Craig has more leverage here than I think he understands. Like fucking you can really hold Henry's feet to the fire. It's no matter, like you said, does he have the stones to do it? Probably not. But yeah, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just manifesting that into the universe. Craig, do what you got to do, brother. I will say extension of this topic kinda is that, just in the goings on of the Red Sox and like what reporters have to say. Ken Rosenthal opened his mouth. I don't think I've heard Ken Rosenthal talk about the Boston Red Sox and been convinced like he has the slightest iota of like what their plan is or what they're doing in like a half decade. Like he's so out to lunch, maybe in general, but specifically with the Red Sox. He has no fucking idea what is going on with the Boston Reds. He's like, no, I don't think the Red Sox would be willing to trade for a number 2 starter.
It was the complete opposite of what everyone's been saying this whole time.
What they do at the deadline, Craig Breslow got conned because he's literally actively trying to throw every piece he can at Minnesota to trade for Joe Ryan, man. Like, what happened to Ken Rosenthal, bro? Did he tie the bow tie on too tight and he has brain damage? Is he?
I mean, you saw him stare down a camera guy. I mean, he clearly has no,
God,
like the little
so
people in the
corny
business, and that terrible apology afterwards. He should have gone on, like he's a Fox guy. He should have gone on Wake Up Barstool with Dave and explained it and talked about it. He didn't do that. He hid from that. Did it on his own podcast. But like we just heard last week, like all these teams want outfielders. The Red Sox have a plethora of outfielders. They're trading an outfielder for a pitcher. Like, well, Rosenthal did. It was weird timing with that. He sounded out of the loop. I felt like with that comment, guys. That's what it sounded like to me.
Specifically with the Sox, he's been like this for a while. Like I don't know, like maybe all of his sources retired. Like I don't. It genuinely seems like these guys like I don't think that they'd be willing to trade pieces. Like yeah, of course they'd be willing to trade pieces. Every person I know who knows anything like
it sounds like he's on the Red Sox payroll and he's trying to get leverage every time he talks about them. Like yeah, he was talking about the Casas trade a couple years ago. Like every time he talks about them, it's like the total opposite of what they do.
The Casas. Fun fact. The funny thing is about Casas, it's not even a fun fact. It's just like it's my headcanon because I think it's obvious. Because like Alex Cora clearly does not like Tristan Casas. Every time like I hear a Casas trade room, I'm like, that's AC. Like that is 100% without a shadow of a doubt, Alex Cora. Because like, how does this behoove the Red Sox interests at all to like put out there that they want to trade a guy like who's young and at the time was somewhat ascending, and it's just it's just funny like leaky ship. You can tell like when you really think about it. With leaks in the industry of like, okay, well, who does this benefit and like whose agendas does this push when you see a leak get out? And like usually you can reverse engineer where the leak is coming from or whose camp it's coming from. Media literacy 101, baby.
If it's John Heyman, it's from Scott Boras. He's just doing, as we talked about last week.
You don't even have to do any reverse. You just know that now. This is just a known fact.
Who's the guy? You guys are younger than I am. Like I get my default is like if passing, like he to me is like the gold standard of like he's pretty tied in. Who when you guys are online, who are the guys you're tracking nationally that you feel like they're tied into the Red Sox and know what the Red Sox are thinking?
It's him and Robert Murray are like the only two I really trust.
100%, man. Like I feel like I don't trust a single thing Heyman says about the Red Sox ever. Like, no. He exclusively used them. Morosi, too. Like, he's had plenty of misses. Bowden as well.
Morosi last year had the Sandy Alcantara. That was, like, after Section 10. There was an episode of Section 10 where Coley was talking about Sandy Alcantara. And then he's like, I'm hearing around that the Red Sox are interested in trading for Alcantara and the Miami might be interested in doing it. Then a Miami beat writer came out there like, yeah, they're not trading him. That was in the offseason, actually. It wasn't even headed up to it. Wasn't even at the deadline.
That is so fucking funny. Oh, my God.
But, yeah, Robert Murray.
Robert Murray. Okay, I will keep an eye on. I will add him to the Red Sox Rolodex.
In terms of national reporters, like, I really only do, like, it'll be true when Passan says it. If Passan says it, I know it's true. Like, I don't think I've ever seen him just either, like, he doesn't do the Heyman thing of where, like, it's just either idle speculation or rephrasing the same information for fucking 3 months in a row. Like, I don't know. It's like when you're in middle school, and they're giving you your essay you got to write, and it's a certain word limit, and you're like 50 words short. So you just like rearrange the words, and you start adding in random extenders where they're not necessary in order to meet the word count. Because like it's like I've already made my point. There's no reason to like change anything. I'll just add a bunch of filler. Like that's John Heyman. That is John Heyman 2AT.
I don't know if you've ever been in like he goes on those Bleacher Report live streams, and he like if you ever go in them, he just reads the chat, and like it literally sounds like he's making stuff up on the fly. Like he's like, oh, what do you think about Vladdy? Oh, Vladdy, yeah, I think. Like he just keeps going.
I need to watch that now.
Dude, he has insight, dude. What do you mean?
By the way, people now, Hog, you know what they're my kids chat GPT. That's how they write their papers now. AI is writing their papers. They got the last 15 words they need. That's how they're doing.
I do it whenever I have kids. I'm gonna be watching that shit like a fucking hawk. I'm like, I'm not letting you outsource your thinking to a fucking robot. Like, you're gonna use your own neural processors and form a cohesive argument, you little shit.
Sounds like your kids would be a big fan of Cam Schlittler.
Big fan, massive fan. Don't get me started on AI. I can't with that shit. I get it, man. Like, listen, I cheated back when I was in high school, but I did it the respectable way. I Googled everything myself to get the fucking answers.
Damn it. Take that.
I probably had it the easiest. Quizlet, man. Quizlet. If you find the Quizlet, you're good.
Yo,
What's Quizlet? What's Quizlet?
It's where like a lot of like teachers will put like answers to tests on there, because like a lot of teachers just use like shared tests.
Oh, my wife's a teacher. I should ask if she uses that. I haven't heard her say that.
Yeah, it's the tech. It's the tech for like if you just don't give a single solitary shit about school. I didn't. I was wildly depressed when I was in high school, so I didn't give a fuck. As you do. Love that. Little side note: the Sox have not given up on Tanner Houck. Looks like they will avoid non-tendering him, which is nice. They shouldn't. I mean, what? Because it's TJ for him, right? He'll still be out this year, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the Patrick Sandoval of this year. They just
at least he's
they don't have to spend money
he's an
on
own Sandoval. You don't have to
who's the other guy did that with? Was it Big Maple? Was that the other guy they did that with? They paid him just to rehab, basically. Yeah.
And a lot of people think Giolito, but he got hurt. He wasn't hurt when they signed him, but he got hurt right
unfair.
away.
Like, he just happened to explode his elbow like 2 weeks after signing the fucking contract. That's not his fault, though.
And then Liam Hendricks too, right? Didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I hate these signings, dude. I hate
it's
the
terrible.
fucking rehab sign. We're running a rehab facility, not a baseball team, apparently. It's a joke, because like even Sandoval's going to get opportunities early on because of the money, and I've mentioned it multiple times. Where like he's genuinely like starting pitcher 8 on my depth chart. There's so many other guys I'd rather see than Patrick fucking Sandoval, but we're gonna get him. You better believe that we're gonna get him, and you're gonna like it.
Sure are.
He'll be part of the super pen.
Super pen, baby.
So this is a thing, huh? They whisper to people that this feels again like, let's put it out there to see what the response is. The money should not go to the super pen. The money should go to the number 2 starting pitcher, right? Right.
Thing is like if they trade for this number 2, the money's not going to be crazy though. Like it's not like Joe Ryan's making an exorbitant amount of money at this point.
Yeah,
and like I wouldn't mind. I mean, like listen, signing Devin Williams would be objectively hilarious. Like it is a recipe for the best revenge signing ever. Just like get a guy who despises the Yankees and everything they stand for, who played for them for a year, where he had the worst year of his career, immediately go to Boston, rebound, turn into an alien again, and ruin their lives. Like I need Devin Williams desperately. He would make me so happy. Like in terms of priorities, like no, the bullpen isn't a priority, but if they wanted to, it's one of those things, man. Like where I wish we were in an offseason where we're spending money all costs, doesn't matter. We're gonna win. So it's like you sign Williams on top of already re-signing Bregman, bringing in Alonso, and then trading for a number 2. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. So I understand where it's a bit of frustration. It's like, well, the bullpen's already good. Like the bullpen isn't a weakness.
Yeah. Also, if you like trade for, say, Freddie Peralta, he's only got 1 year left, right?
I'm pretty sure so. Yeah, because that's why the Brewers would be interested in trading.
Yeah. So I mean, if you trade for someone like that, you probably look into extending them right away. So
that could be. How do you feel about Alcantara for a trade?
No, not for a number 2. I don't think.
No. Second half of the season, like post deadline, he was actually really good. Like he was
but that's
hovering around 3.
It's too much of a risk for me. I don't know. It just feels like that's what's gonna happen. It feels like the most Red Sox thing ever.
We talked about. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We brought him up last week, but Michael King's now on that list of the guys they might target for quote unquote number 2. But he doesn't feel like a number. I like him, but he's not a number 2 pitcher. I don't think.
I think he has the upside.
I think King is if he stays healthy, but there is a health question.
That's the issue. I mean, you're right. That's why you get him at. I won't say a reduced price because he's gonna have a market. There'll be a market for him.
The thing is, though, is that like what pitcher in 2025 has no health risk? Everyone is due to blow their arm out eventually. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
How many dudes have gotten TJ twice now? Like, I'm just saying, like with Alcantara, like I know I'm pretty sure he's under control for multiple more years because he signed a contract, and the number isn't crazy. And if he was on the mend, like I said, his ERA was hovering around 3. So if Sandy turns back into Sandy, that's not a number 2. That's another ace.
Yeah,
it is a big risk though, obviously,
yeah,
because like it is but like if he does, like this is a guy who was undisputed like top 2 or 3 pitchers in the league. And
okay, but then you go into the season. What if he starts it off like he did last year?
Oh, then you're cooked. Well, yeah, then you're like, wow, this is the worst signing I've ever seen. But also, he was, coming back from injury then, and there's an easy explanation for that, is that he was ramping back up.
Yeah, but I mean, headed into it, everyone was super high on him because all his velo, all his underlying numbers looked really good, and then he just came into the season and was like the worst pitcher ever.
I'm actually looking at Sandy's contract, and you would have him under control for 26, but it's a club after 27. There's going to be a fucking lockout.
Mhm.
And after that, he's a UFA. So if you brought him in, realistically, it'd be for 1 year.
How old is he?
Sandy is 29.
I mean, I would take him for sure.
His age 30 season.
Yeah, I would take him for sure, but I feel like you can't slot him in at your number 2 right away if you're really looking for that second ace, like they're saying they are.
I mean, Joe Ryan's probably a safer bet, but also he doesn't have the upside.
No,
but he is a safer bet. Like you're probably gonna. Then again, like what Ryan blows?
I think his floor is higher, but his ceiling is not as high. Right?
Yeah,
that's the difference.
100%. This was something interesting I was thinking about because I was way more against Sandy at the deadline because I'm like he's shown no signs of life, but in the second half he actually did show signs of life. And Craig was. He offered Tolley to the Marlins for Alcantara at the deadline, and they said no. And it shows like they value him. They think he's really good. So I don't know. It'll be something to watch, something that's interesting to see. But I completely understand like if people have a bit of pushback to that, if that is the move they make.
Well, that's why it's going what Rosenthal said about like the market and not trading for a guy. Like it's 2 different scenarios. You're trading for guys that have a year or 2 left, aren't making crazy money now, and you've got to figure out what happens after the lockout, or spend a shit ton of money on Framber Valdez or the pitcher from Japan, I guess, is going to get a lot of money. I don't think the Red Sox, I don't think they'll be involved there, but Dylan Cease, like they can go that route, but it's much, they have the prospects to be able to trade for someone who's not making as much and then allowing them to still get Alonso and Schwarber. That's why I prefer, I think you guys do too, the trade route versus spending big money on a pitcher in the offseason.
Because like you can go crazy like with this trade route because you're gonna have 2 drafts like by the next time like you have a full season because you're gonna have this season's draft and even during the lockout there's gonna be a draft. I'm presuming they usually still have a draft that everyone's gonna go to be a free agent or some shit. So like that's 2 drafts to reload your farm system as you're waiting, for 2028. Like, dude, go nuts. This should be your go for it year. Like point blank, end of story. Do what you need to do.
No excuses.
Oh, the Dodgers are good.
Also, with Joe Ryan, he had a good season last year, but I'm not fully sold on him. Like, whatever you do not look at his second half numbers. And he's 20. He's 29 as well, too, I think.
He's older than you think. Yeah, he's 29. I think next year he'll be going into his age 30 season.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ryan's one of those things, though, like, where bad numbers, like, can that be pointed to the Twins are ass and, like, he lost his will to care?
Yeah.
Like, fucking, like, all of his buddies got traded, and it's like, fuck. And, like, maybe a guy it's easier to get mentally dialed in when you're playing for a team that's actively competing.
I think he thought he was a Red Sox, too. Wasn't he, like, posting stuff at the All-Star break?
I think so, too.
Like,
yeah.
He was posting, like, a picture of him and Crochet and Bregman, I think, walking down a hallway together, like, I mean, he probably thought he was traded since then.
Actually,
so
a 374 FIP by the end of the year. I'm looking at his advanced statistics right now to see like what they looked like after a full year.
27, 29, 23, 31 starts. Like he just he's
he
go
posts.
out there. He's I like the consistency. There's a floor there, but you guys are right. If you're looking for the ceiling, he might not be that guy. And I out of Minnesota, but the change of scenery for him might be awesome to like a competitive team year in and year out like that. Pressure off, you go behind Crochet, veteran team like that. That could sort of unlock him too. I I prefer him the most, but I've been married to him since the All-Star break, when I thought Craig was going to get him.
The thing is, like, there's multiple options this team could go to improve pitching wise, hitting wise. It's just a matter of them actually doing it in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at Brian's like advanced numbers right now. Like, they're good. xERA is a 3.43 on the year. It's been around that or higher for the last 3 years. Like, yeah, I'd be thrilled with Joe Ryan. It's one of those things. I got Sandy or Hunter Green. Seems like Hunter Green's less and less likely, because genuinely it should be. Like, if you're the Reds, why the fuck would you ever do that? That's so
Yeah, who even put that report out? Was that Nightingale?
No, that was Hog. I think Hog.
Yeah, it was me.
Tried to
I did
manifest that. I think it was. You were the first person I heard bring it up.
No, I heard.
No, it was out there.
Really?
It was definitely out there. Yeah, I think it came out before the.
Let's say it here. So then Heyman. Who's that? Wait, who's the guy you guys said just hear stuff on podcasts and goes with it? Who's the
Heyman? And then Nightingale.
Nightingale.
I think he's just a schizo though. I don't even think he does it on purpose.
He's just yapping, bro.
Dude, he had I remember he had a report one time. I forget who it was. It was like someone that worked in a front office for a team, and his last name was Harper, I think, and he put that Bryce Harper passed away. And
yeah, what the fuck? I remember that. What the fuck was that about? Like, hello?
Yeah, I don't know. He has some interesting tweets.
You gotta love people, man. I gotta love people like who just let it fly. Like,
Oh,
God
yeah.
forbid, like, is it accurate? Like,
I have his post notifications on too. I want to see them.
It's that one of my favorite memes of all time, where it's like, that's a nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source? Like, my source is I made it the fuck up.
He was the one too. Every time Devers was striking out in the beginning of the year, when he was on that streak, he was tweeting every single time, and everyone in the replies was just like, "Okay, Bob, thanks, Bob," and he just kept going.
Just thanks, Bob. You're on it, Bob. Thanks, man. Oh my God. Moving on.
You guys see we got the Josh Naylor contract details right before tonight.
Oh, the details finally came out.
Yeah.
According to Ken Rosenthal, who we definitely did not trash earlier.
He had Yarbrough's contract too.
5 years, $92.5 million for Josh Naylor. That's I give the Mariners credit.
That's a cheap deal, man. That's a good deal for them.
They brought him in. They knew he liked him. They're like, let's find. Like, they didn't mess around with it. Like, what? The Red Sox couldn't do this with Bregman. I guess Boris is the reason why. But like, 5 and 92.5. Bring it back. Like,
dude, first basemen are so undervalued. Like, you're telling me that Naylor couldn't even get 20 mil for 5 years? Like,
I mean, I'm assuming he took a discount, but
Mariner, that's implicit in there.
Yeah,
it still fucks up the market for like any other first baseman.
I mean, look at Alonso. You're not going to get what is he going to ask for? 120? You're not getting that. You're older than him, and I mean,
what's the age difference on? I should know this. What's the Naylor Alonso age difference?
Alonso's about to turn 31. I know that.
Yes, he turns 31 on December 7th. So this will be 31.
And Naylor turned 28 in June.
Wow.
I didn't realize that's gonna was that young. Genuinely.
Yeah.
I thought he was older than that. I thought
that's a good deal for Seattle.
That's a very good deal for Seattle. And I shit on Seattle all the time because they're a joke franchise who doesn't pay anyone, but you finally paid someone, man. Good for you. You got all that pitching talent. I mean, if they're a bit healthier next year, I mean, especially with the American League being a bunch of jokers just duking it out. I mean, like, they should feel confident in themselves. I mean, no one. I don't believe in the Yankees. I mean, the Jays, like, if it should have been this year, should have been their year. Like, they had such team of destiny vibes. Are they going to be able to repeat that? I doubt it.
Can I give you one more on Naylor? By the way, not only did he get just under $93 million, he got a full no trade in this.
Oh, wow.
Good for him. That's probably why the number was so low.
Maybe the number, maybe like, hey, I'll take a lower number, but you can't. I get to commit to my family. I get to be here for the next 5 years. That's a good trade off for Seattle. Wow,
that's a great deal, man. Good for them. Genuinely good for them. Like, because Naylor's like, he's just solid, man. Just rock solid, very good first baseman. And that
under $20 million a year. What is in this
nothing,
economy?
Man.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm looking at their numbers now. I mean, Alonso's better, but
absolutely,
like we said, 3 years younger. I mean, he had 0.3 less WAR and 15 less games.
I'm sure Naylor's a much better defender.
Yeah, but I mean, 128 OPS plus 144. But I mean, they're not totally far apart. So I mean, I would assume Alonso's going to get somewhere around 100.
80th percentile outs above average as well for Naylor.
Yeah, and what did he have? 30. He had a 30 season, I think.
How the fuck did he steal that many bases, dude? That's that's the most insane thing I've ever seen. It was a 20-30 season. He had 20 bombs, but stole 30 bases.
Oh, he didn't have
Just look
30
at Josh
homers,
Naylor, like,
yeah.
how the
Great
fuck
year.
did you steal 30 bases, man? It shows how much like base running and base stealing is just so instinct based.
Yeah, dude, that's why like also too they made the bases. They're pizza boxes now. Like Jazz Chisholm going around flexing talking about I'm a 40-40 player. I mean, you literally aren't. You didn't get 40-40. You're saying you would have if you didn't get hurt, which you've gotten hurt every year of your career. So that's one thing. And then the second thing is like you play at Yankee Stadium, you would have had like 13 homers if you played at Fenway this year. Like I mean, you're not a 40-40 player. You're not even a 30-30 player. Let's be honest.
Cook his ass. Guy fucking stinks.
Pretty good for the Mariners. Naylor, Cal Raleigh, and Julio Rodriguez now what for the next 4 or 5 years. That's a pretty good core. Pretty good.
Yeah.
This is a good core. 100%. I'm happy for him, man. I mean, this is the same team, like who's like GM's like, oh, the goal is to win, 53% of games. It's like, there's everything wrong with baseball. Well, when people say like nerds are ruining baseball, that's what they mean. Like when you're bringing down like this beautiful game and you break it down to that, it's like, God, you fucking suck.
Well, you have one here. Breslow's one of the nerds, unfortunately.
I mean, like,
Mr. Yale.
all GMs are at least a little bit of a nerd, but like, yeah, like Breslow is like a tier fucking, top of the line geek. All right, man. We got the new Hall of Fame class recently, like we, who's could potentially get inducted this year, first time. Let's do a little exercise, fellas. I'm going to list these names here and stop me when you hear a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
All right. Shin-Soo Choo, Edwin Encarnacion, Ryan Braun, Alex Gordon, Gio Gonzalez, Matt Kemp, Howie Kendrick, Nick Markakis, Daniel Murphy, Hunter Pence, Rick Porcello, Cole Hamels. There's no Hall of Famer there, right? I'm not losing.
No, so I stopped on Hamels.
That was the only one I was thinking.
I did the baseball reference look today. So I'm an old man. Like to me, it should be if you hear the guy's name and you feel like he's a Hall of Famer, like that, you go sort of gut feeling versus the numbers. For most guys, Camels, I had to look Cutter. I had to look Cutter, and I just said, no, he's not a Hall of Famer.
I don't think Cole Hamels is a Hall of Famer. It's just one of those things. Like, was there how many years of Cole Hamels' career was he a top 5 starter in the league? I don't think there was a single one. I can go look and like crunch the numbers on that, but gut vibe, I don't think so. Like, I cannot remember a time when Cole Hamels was top 5. Top 10, for sure. I think he was top 10 for a good portion of his career, but not top 5. And for me, a Hall of Fame pitcher is a guy who is like probably is top 5 for the majority of his career and a couple Cy Youngs. And Hamels is good. His numbers are actually better than I thought they were over an extended period of time. I mean, I do think he's close. I think it's borderline, but I don't think he has the peak. I just don't think
He didn't win a Cy Young. We can begin and end with this. He never won a Cy Young. He was the best he finished was for 5th, and that was in 2010 with Philly. He fit 4 times in the top 8, 6th, 5th, 8th, and 6th. All-star 3 or 4 times. Nice long career. Helped a lot of teams. Had a couple of years, a bunch of shutouts. He's not a Hall of Famer. Pass.
You know who did win a Cy Young though?
Who?
Rick Porcello.
Pretty Ricky, baby. Let him in.
No, I do. There's a good stat I saw about Cole Hamels from Yankee World on Twitter. Every left-handed pitcher ever with at least 2,500 innings, 2,500 Ks, and 120 ERA plus. Randy Johnson, Clayton Kershaw, Cole Hamels.
Yeah.
So out of everyone on that list,
he was left-handed, terrific, great.
Yeah.
That is one of those things where the lefties are just so just limited historically, sadly.
But out of everyone on that list,
impressive.
he deserves the most love.
Of the new guys, yeah, he's the closest. He'll get above the threshold to keep on going. Maybe he's a guy that like gets every year keeps getting more and more votes. But if I go to the Hall of Fame, with the kids and Cole Hamels is not there, fellas, I'm not going to be slamming things. Say, where's my Cole Hamels plaque?
I agree. Thing is, like when you said, I mostly agree with the idea of like when I say a person's name, I should think Hall of Famer. There's some examples where it's like maybe I just didn't watch the guy enough, like a Scott Rowland, like where that guy definitely deserved to be a Hall of Famer. But like whenever I'm like, is Scott Rowland really a Hall of Famer? Then you look at the numbers, like, yeah, he's pretty thoroughly a fucking Hall of Famer. But like he never really had the name brand recognition. And like when the Phillies won that World Series, I didn't attribute it to Scott Rowland being the best player on the team. I always thought of Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, incredible pitching staff. Roy
Chase
Halladay.
Utley.
Chase Utley, for sure. I'm looking at the Hall of Fame eligible guys, and I'm not gonna
I
lie,
didn't
like
see
a guy.
at least close, but I think there's two guys that are eligible this year that I would put in. There's just two.
Who would that be for you, Mutt?
Beltran and Andrew Jones. And Beltran gets a huge bump for me with the playoff stuff. And this is why Schilling should be in, because Schilling, in my era of watching baseball, like Kurt Schilling is the best postseason pitcher I ever saw, and the numbers backed it up. He's way better than Mike Mussina. Mike Mussina's in, Schilling should be in. But Beltran had a long career, productive career, but in the playoffs, hit 307 in a career with a ton of games, by the way. OPS over 1,000, helped the team win at the end. Go look at his playoff numbers.
Oh,
they are standout. Like if you just stay the same from your regular season numbers to playoffs, that's good. His got better in some cases. Like his OPS in the playoffs is outrageous. So to me, I'd put Beltran in, and it's more longevity than like overall skill. But when you win a Gold Glove basically every year of your career, and like consistently the best center field in the game, like I put Andrew Jones in too. So of the guys that are eligible this year, I think Beltran probably gets in. We'll see about Jones, but those are the only two guys I'd vote for. I'm a no on the steroids guys that we can yell about, but those are the only two for me.
Yeah, and let's call a spade a spade. Beltran's only not in because of the Astro scandal and his role in that.
Who cares?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
he
should have been in by now.
That. He was like,
how can you still be a no on steroid guys when like Mike Piazza's in? Just based on
because,
logical
like,
consistency,
the
even if
ones-
like you ideologically are against it, now there are roid guys in the Hall of Fame.
I'm stealing this take from Jerry Callahan and Kirk Minahan, who before Kirk was dominating at Barstool, he was in Boston radio, and those guys. This is something I agreed with when they said at the time. You are Barry Bonds, you're Roger Clemens, you're whoever. You use steroids, you made a lot of money because of it. You don't now get to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, and I've done this for hours of this conversation before. The only way I'd be okay with Hog with those guys in and Cutter is if on the plaque you put in something about Barry Bonds and Balco, or Roger Clemens and what Andy Pettit said he used steroids, or what they can't go in without any acknowledgement of what they were found. Alex Rodriguez, like I want something about biogenesis on there if he gets his plaque in Cooperstown. They do not deserve, after what they did to cheat the sport, to now get in and get no reference of it in
cheat
baseball.
The sport is where you lost me. Bud Selig's in the Hall of Fame. Brother oversaw that entire thing, was actively encouraging it.
Don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. There are bad dudes in the Hall of Fame. There's a media guy from Philadelphia who did some really bad things off of the field. He's still in there. So I hear what you're saying, but we're talking about the guys that are available now. I would not vote for them. Wouldn't do it.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when you said earlier, the name test of like I think he's a Hall of Famer. One guy like who I've always used like he's a Hall of Fame talent, and like he probably won't get in. And this isn't a new guy. I think he's got on the ballot first time last year. In my head, Felix Hernandez is a Hall of Famer. I saw his peak. That dude's one of the best pitchers I've ever seen. He doesn't have the longevity. Completely will cede the floor. He does not have the longevity. His peak is so fucking high. He was going band for band with Kershaw back in his prime. Genuinely. He was the only guy like who was close to what Kershaw was putting up around that same era.
Yeah, and that's what, like, he might be the first pitcher. Like, eventually, the guys with the career total stats, that's over. Like, Kershaw's like the last one, really. Kershaw, Scherzer, Verlander. We're not going to have that anymore because guys' arms just explode. So, like, he's the real first one. Like, if he was a few years later, he probably would have gotten in. But I don't know if he will now because of that. But, I mean, like, look at DeGrom, for example. He's not going to have the total stats, but he's going to be a Hall of Famer because the voting is going to change by then.
I also think, like, his total stats might end up being, he's still so good, and he doesn't look like he's going to stop. So, like, he can put up a couple more, like, counting stats with, like, WAR and shit like that, because I think what the average WAR of a Hall of Famer is about 50. Right now, like, he's at 47.9. So if he puts together, like, 3 or 4 more years where he's around a 3 WAR player, I mean, that's another 9 more, 56. With his peak, he'll get in. I think he'll absolutely get in. God, it's just a shame that Prime DeGrom, like, his body just couldn't hold up with the unnatural shit he was doing.
The guy locally, you'll call me a homer, but like that page, Dustin Pedroia, won a Rookie of the Year, won the MVP the next year, 4-time All-Star, was top 10 in MVP 3 different times, but his star shined brightly, and the injuries caught up to him. He just got hurt too much. Like when Pedroia played second base, I thought he was one of the best second basemen offensive and defensively I'd ever seen, but just too many injuries, not enough games played. I don't think he'll get I don't think he'll get any. He gets on the ballot for a couple more years. But he's another guy that like he did it at a elite level, but for too short a time, I think, to qualify for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And you got to put.
No, go ahead, Cutter. Sorry.
You got to put David Wright right in there with him. Right there
David
next
Wright
to him.
passes the name test for me. For me, like in my head.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that guy's
me
a
too.
Hall of Famer. Again, like
Yeah.
I'd have like let me look at his like overall stats. I'm sure like it's the longevity thing. Like he maybe just didn't do it for long enough. And again, hovering like right around there, 49 WAR. His prime was so good, but then sadly just body couldn't hold up near the end. PD, like to me, especially like when you look just compared to other second basemen, I still think there's a really good argument for him and that he could easily still be put in.
Like if you're gonna put Altuve in, Hog, compare him to Altuve, he's a little bit better in some of the like overall numbers, like career stats than Altuve. And I think Altuve is probably gonna get in.
Altuve should absolutely get in.
He'll deal with the Houston stuff too, though. He'll deal with that. He'll face the Beltran penalty. Cutter's right. I had not thought about that with Beltran.
I don't know if you've ever heard like my takes like on like just cheating in baseball, Mutt. I'm so far removed from caring at all. Baseball is a cheater's sport. If there is a sport that is a cheater's sport, baseball is the poster boy. If you are not finding new and innovative ways to cheat in order to win, you are failing as a baseball team. It has basically shown that throughout all of history. Like with all of the sticky stuff, like just until a couple of years ago, we finally cracked down. It is literally, it's legal cheating. It is cheating that we are all acknowledging that is going down, but we've collected like, it's okay. This is completely okay until it's not.
Cutter, you feel the same way? You're not cheating, you're not trying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a very new age thing though.
100%. But that's for teams. Alex Rodriguez, by the numbers, is like a first ballot 98% Hall of Fame guy. Would you guys put Alex Rodriguez in the Hall of Fame based on what you know about what he did off the field?
Without even thinking twice.
Wow.
Well, because in my head, like how you said, when you go into the Hall of Fame with your kids and you look at, and you're like, oh, Cole Hamels isn't missing. He's one of them where it's like, if I go, I want to see Alex Rodriguez. I want to see Barry Bonds. It's a museum.
It's the double standard of like with roid guys and non-roid guys. Because like to me, where, like I said, Mike Piazza's in the Hall of Fame. David Ortiz has some tentative ties to some roid stuff. He's in the Hall of Fame. If those guys are in, then why aren't Bonds and Clemens in? It's because like Bonds is an asshole and he gave a bunch of reporters
it was so blatant. It was so blatant. The Balco stuff. It was so blatant. Like,
but also he never tested positive, ever. So it's really
so ahead of they were so ahead of the testing though. Way ahead of the test.
No, it's true. Like he definitely did it. Like we all know he did. You look at like you can pinpoint exactly when Bonds started taking steroids because it's like great player, minor decline. Oh my God, he's a fucking alien.
Yeah, and if you read that Game of Shadows book, and it's a good book, like basically like he saw McGuire happening with Mark McGuire. He wanted to be involved, and so he said, "Fuck it, I'm just going nuts," and that's fine. You can do that. He made a lot of money for doing it, and now if you look at him now, the last picture I saw, Barry Bonds. Like he's on like Lance Armstrong bike, looks way skinnier than me, like comically. Great. You got all those numbers, terrific. But you don't also get on top of that the Hall of Fame. And if you are in, I need Balco on that plaque. Like if Cutter walks in with his family, I need Balco on.
I'd be fine if they gave them a whole separate room.
Yeah, you can give them the Royd room for all I care. Yeah. Like they should be in there.
That's not crazy. Like you want to tell me they're. Oh, is there a medium where those guys are in? They don't get like there's,
or they don't get celebrated. Maybe like they don't get to give a speech.
The thing is, like even now, baseball fans celebrate Barry Bonds because they should, because he's probably the best hitter to ever play ever. And the thing is like with Bonds,
Ted Williams, calm down, Hog. Ted Williams, give me a break.
Ted Williams is great and American hero. Bro, would
that red seat. He definitely hit that seat out in right field. He definitely hit that.
When I heard David Ortiz went out there with a metal bat, it's like I couldn't hit the fucking red seat. Like I don't think he did it. Like he literally.
Did they say he hit it through a guy's hat or something?
A straw. I landed on a straw hat.
Yeah.
That sounds real.
It's fun. I love it. I love the legend.
And the guy was sleeping.
But it's one of those things where I don't know, man. I look at Bond. I look at A-Rod. Was A-Rod an asshole? Yeah. Did he use roids? For sure. Absolutely. It's proven. But I don't know, man. When I look at A-Rod, who's the best shortstop of all time? Who had the best peak of a shortstop of all time? Alex Rodriguez is the best. He was the Just look what he was doing, man. Like back in the day. Look at what Bonds was doing pre-steroids. And Bonds, I don't think he did steroids like for a financial incentive. I think like he was just he's like, I am better than Mark McGwire. I am better than Sammy. I am better than them. And these motherfuckers are stealing away from my shine. So let me show you what happens. Like theoretically, this is what it would look like if Mike Trout took steroids. This is what would happen. Like this is the cartoonish alien numbers that would happen. Is those things. I hate the Hall of Fame. Like there's too many double standards. Curt Schilling, like main reason he should be in, it's not just the playoff performances, which he's one of the greatest playoff pitchers in the history of baseball. His regular season stats still back that up. His accolades back that up. He's not in because he's an asshole, and that's it. Like, if I wish I could tell you that these reporters were holding Bonds and Clemens out because like they believe in the purity of baseball or roids. No, it's because they were mean to them. And like, well, he gave me a swirly, so I don't like him. Like, fuck you fucking little baby bitch boy. Like, put him in. You voted him for all those MVPs. You were fine giving him the MVPs when it's time to enshrine him and give him the ultimate respect which he is due. You just didn't do, like, you just wouldn't do it. And people talk about back in the day, like, oh, they didn't cheat back in the day. Yeah, they did. Fucking Hank Aaron used to take amphetamines to help him focus better when he was in a slump.
Babe Ruth was taking goat ball back in the day or something, injecting goat balls.
What? Goat
Search
balls?
it up. Search it up.
I'll search it after I had to scratch the itch now. Curt Schilling in the playoffs, Hog and Cutter. 10-2 lifetime in the 11-2 in the postseason. He 133 innings, a 3.06 ERA. By the way, in the heyday of guys using steroids.
Yeah, Roy.
Helped three teams, Arizona, Boston, all won World Series with them. ERA in the regular season, a 3.06 postseason ERA over 133 innings. Like
that's
that guy,
absurd. It's alien. Of course he should be. Like, there's zero reason for Schilling not being in the Hall of Fame. The only reason he's mean and I don't like him. Like, and to me, like, character has nothing to do with it. Ty Cobb was the first player to ever get inducted into the Major League Hall of Fame. His nickname was the Georgia Peach because he was such a fucking asshole. They called him that ironically. He would sharpen his spikes and spike players, and he viciously beat his wife. That's the first one. That's your poster boy. They put him in before Babe Ruth. Like, we got to get Ty Cobb in there, boys. He's got to be the first one to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I want to go back to A-Rod, too.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Dude, forget the Hall of Fame. The Yankees, the amount of disrespect that they show that dude.
Losers.
Dude, you let Joey Gallo wear that number like 4 years after he retired. Now Jazz Chisholm wears it. It's like, dude, you have Andy Pettit's number retired. I know he's like Yankee fans love him. The teammates love him. Dude, I don't care. Like, nobody should be wearing number 13 for the Yankees. Don't even, that's just unreal to me. Joey Gallo was wearing it. That's all you need to hear.
They got comments like, oh, A-Rod's a douche. Who cares, dude? If A-Rod was a Red Sox, and he almost was. If A-Rod was a Red Sox, I would have celebrated that man so hard. Like, this is my fucking GOAT. There's never been a better player.
Well, it's Jeter. That's why.
My king.
It's because Jeter doesn't like him.
Jeter defense there. Yeah, because Jeter had to move around. Like, it changed everything. Or he had to move for Jeter, sorry.
And by the way, Jeter still doesn't like him. If you watch that show, he still hates him.
100%. And dude, they must have some real deep shit back there that we just don't know about. Because like that hatred is real. That is real, and it is fucking palpable. Like, I don't know, man. I look at A-Rod and like, he was the best shortstop on that team, and they didn't play him there to protect Derek Jeter's ego. Like, great, fucking man, baby.
The captain.
Like,
that's the captain, man.
Yeah, El Capitan.
Yep.
Oh, the other double standard I was thinking about with the Hall of Fame is that, we don't give the dudes who didn't take roids enough credit. Like a guy like a Dustin Pedroia, like even around a time like when guys like A-Rod, like Ryan Braun, were getting busted with roids, Pedroia stayed clean, like played his full career. If he would have done
when he was getting hurt,
recovered from his horrific injury, and it's like, so we're not gonna he's a borderline case. You can't let him in. Like you're not gonna let him in. Like Felix Hernandez, he took the high road, didn't take roids at the time. His career got cut short. When really, like, these dudes, like, they probably should have been taking roids when they were dealing with their injury concerns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Like, I want to give credit to guys who didn't take roids. And I hate that they're wishy-washy because there are now multiple confirmed steroid users in the Hall of Fame. So if they're in there, then the issue is not that they're cheaters because you've let cheaters in. Mm-hmm. That's basically where I'm sitting at.
The most blatant guys are still out there. Like, you'd be you'd be going to Cooperstown to watch like A-Rod do his induction speech. Like I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like I
don't
think they should really be celebrated as much as they should just be in there.
Although he's
Like
on
how
TV, so
they're doing like Shoeless Joe and Pete Rose. Like they're getting put in, but no one's going to be celebrating it. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a few people, but
and I wouldn't. Pete Rose, I'm sorry, he should not be in. Like
No.
that's a guy that like blatantly bet on his team and didn't bet on his team, and everyone says this thing like, oh, he would only bet or not bet on his own team. Well, the days he didn't bet on his team, you knew Pete didn't like his team that day, and the bookies knew Pete didn't like the team that day. So yeah, kind of a big deal. Sorry, I'm a big fan. Shout out responsible gambling, but that should not be in.
It is a big deal. It's one of those things where when I was younger, I was like, yeah, you put Pete Rose in because I didn't care. Nowadays, it's like I'm still like, if you put him in, I wouldn't be mad, but like I'm no longer advocating for him because he's a freak and a weirdo, and like there's all the other shit now.
Yeah,
like
he's a
on the
piece of
Karl
shit
Malone
too.
grind. So it's like I think I'm just not gonna advocate for you. I don't care enough to fucking die on the hill.
The
of
fight's
Pete
over.
Rose.
Hog is giving up. He's giving up one.
Well, that's why like they waited till he died, and then they're like, okay, we'll put him in, so he doesn't get celebrated.
So he can't make money off it, right? Because I went to Vegas for a couple fights, and he in a casino out there, he had like his own memorabilia shop where he would sign autographs. And the big thing was like once you have the Hall of Fame next to your name, you can charge more for your autographs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right, Cutter. They didn't want him to financially benefit from gambling on baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it's extremely petty because like, it's
deserved.
Petty. They're all.
It is. No, I agree.
There are these guys that don't get 100% of the vote because these ridiculous ego-driven media guys think first you should never get on the first ballot, so you don't give a guy 100% of the vote. Is Rivera the only guy in our lifetime that's got 100%? Like Jeter,
which by the way, that's aging like milk. That he's the only one who got in because of the shit that came out about him. You remember that story?
Yeah.
Who, Jeter or Rivera?
Mariano Rivera. Did you see the scandal in regards to him?
I don't think what did I miss?
He was turning a blind eye to certain stuff in a children's camp.
Church. Yeah.
I did not see that. It's a bad story, Cutter. I did not see that.
No, a lot of people don't because they're like, what? Well, yeah, like just fucking like allegedly fucking Mo Rivera.
Oh, but I'll be again. I'm old. You guys are young. You guys can probably tell AI slop versus like real. I can't. I see stuff online like what? There's robots that can talk. I believe everything I say. I hate.
Dude, it's getting harder.
Yeah.
For me, but you guys are young. I'm old. I believe everything. Half the stuff Cutter puts out. I'm like, is that real? Is it not real? I don't know.
You did mention Andrew Jones earlier. To me, like I don't understand how he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's insane.
He's like debatably the best defensive center fielder ever, and he hit 400 home runs. What's the argument against him?
He'll get in. I heard one argument. I think one of the arguments I read was like his team's never won a championship. It's like that's
it's baseball.
Barry Bonds never won a
little
championship.
different.
The only person that counts for is Aaron Judge, to be honest. Like nowadays, like that.
The thing is, I'm not going to hold team success against players. Not in baseball. Like I will hold against you like your overall body of work if the sample size is big enough for your postseason play. Like if you're a noticeably worse postseason player, that is a mark against you, which is like why people. Like when people like put Clayton Kershaw on greatest pitcher of all time conversations, you're looking at him sideways because of how big his sample size is in the playoffs and how noticeably worse it is compared to how unhittable he was during the regular season.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, I was joking. I wasn't joking about Judge, but like, I mean, he's on the Yankees. Like I just saw a thing today where they were talking about, if he retired now, would he be a top 5 Yankee? No. All they talk about is how many rings they have. He has none. I mean, it does count against him.
I mean, in terms of talent level, I think he probably is. Even that's tough because it's obviously Ruth, obviously Gehrig, obviously Mantle, obviously DiMaggio, and then like what, Berra? He'd have to knock out like Yogi Berra. Like, yeah, that's fucking tough, dude. You're probably not a top 5 Yankee. That's a good point, actually.
Like you said, you got to knock the playoff performances.
But yeah, the Yankees they do have a stacked history back there, so that's definitely interesting to think about. Did we have any other random Hall of Fame takes that we wanted to throw out, boys?
No, just vote Rick Porcello in.
Vote Ricky P in, baby.
I'd vote Pedroia. I'd be a homer and give him one more year on the ballot. We'll see.
I feel that. How do you feel about closers in the Hall? I feel like a lot of these closers where they're just not getting respect, and it's like, oh, the only way to be a closer in the Hall of Fame is if like you're Mariano Rivera or like Trevor Hoffman, you have 700 saves. To me, that's insane. Like I don't, especially in like modern baseball, like where you're moving further, like guys just aren't.
Well, I was going to say, Hog, is that going to change? Like some of the best relievers of our era in the next 10 or 15 years aren't going to close games. They'll pitch like 8th inning sometimes. Like that, that's going to be very subjective. That's going to be tough for those guys. 100%.
Shout out John Franco, man.
Shut the fuck
okay.
out, dude.
I'm mutuals with his daughter on Twitter.
Nice.
Oh my God. What are we doing? Hog, anyone you want to shout out? Any friends?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm just like double checking. I'm double looking over just the Hall of Fame list to see who's like, it's like fucking people are just going to flame wars over Omar Vizquel. It's like no one cares, little bro. No one gives a shit.
Like Kimbrel, you think Kimbrel won't get in?
Absolutely not. No.
You think Kenley will?
I think Kimbrel might.
Championship under his belt, right?
I think Kenley will. I don't think Kimbrel will.
I think so much of like being a Hall of Fame closer like is the highest leverage moments, and Craig Kimbrel is the most infamous for being a meltdown artist when the games matter the most. Like you have to be clutch to be a Hall of Fame reliever, right? Like I feel like that's like baked into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about Chapman?
Chapman probably should get in, to be honest. I don't think he will. I think they'll hold character stuff against him, but in terms of like talent level and like how he was the Cubs' entire bullpen when they brought him in that year to
and I mean he's still going.
Closer, and he's still going. He has the longevity.
He was awesome last year.
He hasn't really been able to stack saves the way that a lot of other.
No, that's the one thing. So he'll probably be one of the first ones, like how we were talking about Felix, where it's just going to change.
If you're asking me, like, it's the name test. Like, is Aroldis Chapman a Hall of Fame reliever? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of talent level, I don't think there's a more talented reliever in this generation. Like, do you guys disagree? Is there anyone that's above him?
No, yeah, he's up there.
I can't think of one. Like the only people who are in this conversation are Hader, and Hader hasn't done what Chapman has done in the playoffs.
Like you mentioned, Jansen's on his level, right? We say Jansen,
I think, would be on his level, but in terms of pure talent, I do think.
Yeah, pure talent. I was going to say maybe like Dylan Patanzas back in his peak.
Yeah,
he was nasty.
Billy
like
Wagner
Zach Britton.
Joe Nason was nasty. Like they were.
Thank God Wagner got in. By the way, he fucking deserved.
Rob Nen was nasty. Like that's tough.
I think Kenley is probably going to get in. He has been able to stack the saves, which is good.
If you look at Baseball Reference similarity scores, by the way, so Jansen is 1 at 960. Chapman is 2 at 9. Of the current guys, we just mentioned those two. They're the highest scored guys that aren't in right now, and then obviously still pitching, obviously. But
I also think the way you go out, like Kimbrel's gone out sad. I mean, he got DFA'd by the Braves. He was supposed to have like a homecoming moment. But like Kenley, he's still racking up saves. Even though
they're going to get in. I'm looking at it now. They're going to get in.
Chapman's at 367. I mean, shit, dude, if he stays at this level, he's going to at least get to 400 by the end of his career. Especially if he's with the Red Sox.
What does he have? A 2-year deal? He signed.
Yeah,
right?
I believe so. Which is
the second. Yeah, he's in his second year right now, right? Yeah.
No, he extended in the middle of the season.
Yeah, he extended. How many saves did Chapman stack up this year? 32? Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Chapman was unhittable. He'll probably be less unhittable next year because just a lot of baseball's luck. But
dude, if I see that clip, if I see that clip of the Yankees getting the go-ahead hit in that one game, what was that? I don't even remember the catcher's name. I erased it out of my mind. He caught for him 2 games in a row against the A's and then against the Yankees.
Oh, I know exactly. Was it Sebi Zavala?
No. It was another dude.
We had such a random cavalcade of fucking who the hell are you catchers.
Dude, I just saw the clip the other day. Someone posted it. They were like, this guy like trying to hate on Chapman. It was like he had 2 blown saves in a row, and it was with this random guy catching him. I think his name was like Ali something.
I cannot remember this. I know exactly who you're fucking.
I don't either.
I can't remember. Ali Sanchez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was Ali Sanchez. That guy was a fucking joker. That guy reeked. Hell yeah, brethren. And look, they doubted that we could get an hour done. We pushed through.
No one doubted that with you.
We had pure ball
no
talk.
No.
Yeah. Hashtag never a doubt.
We have injury. You cut your hand.
Jack Doherty.
Jack Doherty talk. Faze, somebody that I had no idea. Is Grandma winning? Do we know if Grandma's winning at the casino right now?
I'm sure
she win.
She's got good luck. She hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'm sure we'll figure it out. That'll be like the next show, the update.
Late night. Let's go. I need to know. I need to know. Find out what's her favorite slot machine. I need to know what game she's playing.
You know what's funny too is like when you go to the casino with her, she's one of those people where like if you try to watch what she's doing, she's like, "Get the fuck away from, go away." I need to be alone. Yeah, I need to be alone while I'm gambling. Like that's like,
lock in, Grandma. Lock in. What do we call her, Grandma? What do we call her?
Yeah, I just call her my grandma. Yeah. Grandmother.
I don't know. Like my grandma was she Nani? Nonni. Nani.
Love that.
You got to take your grandma out to the casinos by me.
Hell yeah.
You got some of the best ones out here, man. Foxwoods.
Gotta cook.
Shout out Foxwoods, DraftKings property, baby.
Let's go. I actually did a DraftKings ad read today, funnily enough. They had me doing for Missouri because they're getting DraftKings stuff there now.
Let's go.
There you go.
Shut the fuck out, DraftKings. I say, brother, do we have anything else we want to touch upon?
No,
that's about it.
I don't think we're going to be doing I know we said we'll do shows when there's breaking news. My gut says we won't have any the next week because the baseball offseason, you guys don't remember this, but used to be awesome. Used to be great. Like signings.
Last year was pretty cool with Soto.
Energy, excitement, rumors. Now there's like, we're going to wait till spring training and get a pillow deal. I get a 1-year deal in the fucking lockout in 2027.
Yeah. Have fun. Yeah.
Annoying.
It is genuinely the fucking worst. All right, everyone. Well, thank you all so much for tuning into this episode of Dirty Water. As always, presented by Barstool Sports. Have yourselves a fantastic evening. We are getting the fuck out of here. We'll see you next week. Go Sox.